Hey guys, what's up? So sorry for not making a video for a while, but this is a sort of exciting one. Here is my current storage setup in my Hackintosh and PC. I have a Hitachi 500GB for Windows 8 and games, and two 2TB Caviar Greens for mass storage and OS. The thing that I'm actually changing here is this hard drive here. This is a 500GB 7200 RPM hard drive that I've had for about 2 or 3 years. It makes a bit of noise. It just sits and hums, which is getting very annoying. And generally, it's not the best for Windows, for games. It's fine, but I want to do a little bit more than that. And recording games is completely not possible on a single hard drive. So I picked up a couple of these, and we're going to put them in RAID 0. Okay, so these are two 256GB OCZ Vector SSDs. I have a 120GB drive that I have used as a an operating system for my Hackintosh for a little while before I did something which broke it, but I need to RMA this. But these are brilliant drives. The speeds are incredible. 500MB read and write sustained, and I've heard a lot of good things about RAID 0 with these bad boys. Now, to be able to show you the installation of the drives, I have my one of two OCZ Vectors right here. So I'm going to pop this down right there because I'm not gonna stick these in. I'm actually gonna have a nice cool mounting position at the back of my case when I'm done. I'm gonna get a SATA power chain and I'm gonna plug this in to my first OCZ Vector. Then I'm gonna grab a black SATA cable because that is what's plugged in to my SATA 3 6GB/s port. Boom. There's one OCZ Vector put in at full 6GB/s. Then I'm gonna do the same thing for the other one, and I'm just literally gonna place it on top. Boom. Now both OCZ Vectors are installed in the SATA 6GB/s ports. This is important because SSDs will be bottlenecked by the SATA interface. Even SATA 3, which is the latest revision so far, that will bottleneck it. So if you don't have it in SATA 3 and you have a drive like the OCZ Vector or a really high performance drive, then you're basically wasting money and performance. Okay, so we're now ready to configure the RAID. I'm sorry about the fans on my computer right now. We're in the BIOS, so the graphics card doesn't know what to do. You want to go over in your BIOS. Maybe UEFI, maybe something different, but it's generally the same. Go to Peripherals and find your SATA mode selection. Instead of AHCI or IDE, set it to RAID. What you need to do is just save and exit after that. Okay, so when the computer's booting, now you're in RAID mode, hold Control and press I, and that should hopefully get you into the Rapid Storage Technology RAID thing. If, again, this doesn't pop up at all, you may need to revert your BIOS back if you're on a beta BIOS, which is what I had to do. So of course we're going to create a RAID volume. We're going to call it OCZ RAID. RAID 0 striped. Leave the strip size normal. Leave the capacity full. And boom, create volume. Press Y. So creating RAID does completely wipe disks out. So you know, if you have anything on that disk, back it up before you set a RAID. You know, I'm not responsible for all of your mishaps. And boom, that is literally it. We now have a 476.9GB RAID 0 stripe. Okay, so we set up our RAID array, and what I've done is, instead of boring you with the install process, you don't need to do anything. You just install Windows on the RAID array like it's a normal disk. You don't need any drivers if you're using the onboard Intel chipset, but if you're using the Marvell chipset or the, I don't even know what they're called, any chipset, you're going to need to load some drivers onto a USB stick during the Windows install. Now I've already done it, I've already installed it, and here is my RAID 0 SSD Windows 8 boot. It takes about 13 seconds. The post time is a bit weird. I don't know why. I'm trying to sort it out and get rid of post altogether. Not get rid of post, but you know what I mean. So this is the RAID configuration utility. As you can see, my hard drive that I was using has died, but now I have a bigger RAID 0. I'm fine with that, so you can just get rid of that. So I turned off the boot screen thing, but I just thought it would help, but it did not. So there you are, we're booted into Windows 8. I haven't actually registered my thingy yet, but I will do that in the coming days. And everything is just so fast. And it's updating Steam. I knew that would happen, just as I tried to show the Steam the speed of the system. But I have one benchmark utility that I thought I'd run for you, and that's Atto Disk Benchmark. So the start ones are always pretty slow for me. The first couple, but then it really takes off. So I'm going to do a queue depth of 6th, wow, 512MB transfer size, and on disk, is it disk C? Because I don't know if I changed it. It is disk C, okay. So we're going to start. I haven't loaded all my games on here, as you can see. I don't know if any of you have seen my Windows desktop usually, but I usually have all of my games down the right hand side. Obviously I don't have them installed yet. So as you can see, I've literally installed 2 games, Civ 5 and F1 2013. So yeah. So anyway, we'll get into our third test now, and the writes are a lot faster than the reads at the moment. And I don't know why this is. I don't know whether there's any like drive maintenance going on whilst I run this test as soon as I boot up, but it always seems that the write performance completely dwarfs the read performance until about here, and this is where it catches up, or has done over the last few times. So as you can see, it's starting to increase. Then the next time we'll be at 600 writes or 700 writes. There you go, and about 500 reads. It's really weird, but eventually they do go in their natural order. Read is meant to be a lot faster than write, if you didn't know. So these are 2 OCZ Vector 256GB solid state drives in RAID 0. Intel RAID controller as well, no third party RAID controller or anything. So it's onboard motherboard RAID, which is pretty cool. And you can get some amazing speeds, as you can see. If you had Z87, you could probably put 3 SSDs in, and you would maybe just then hit the SATA controller limit. Okay, so as you can see, we're on like the 8th sort of trial. Not really sure, I'm not going to count. And as you can see, we have hit 811 megabytes per second on the write and 1062 megabytes per second on the read. That is amazing. A hard drive, a 7200 RPM hard drive, is about 100 megabytes read or write. Fluctuating quite a lot because it's a hard drive, and it will eventually, it fills up, it will die. So these are amazing speeds considering its storage, basically, and that's what makes the system so snappy and quick. The OCZ Vector 256GB solid state drive, which is the 2 solid state drives that I'm using right now. Sorry about the weird camera problems that I'm having. That is rated for 100,000 IOPS, so it should be pretty snappy on literally everything. So I'm not going to load up my Facebook because that was a stupid thing to do. But everything is just so quick. There you are, that was my video on 2 OCZ Vector 256GB solid state drives in RAID 0. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you enjoyed it, please hit the like button